Let us bow our heads in prayer. Creator and sustainer of all that is, forever will be, accept our thanks for this day and all its blessings. We ask that you guide and direct our club, its leaders, and our actions. Grant each of us may feel our responsibility to Rotary, to our community, and to our country, and indeed to all countries and peoples. Bless our fellowship today, and bless this food to nourish our bodies. In your service, amen. And let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test: is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will build goodwill and good friendships? Will be beneficial to all concerned. Thank you. You can have a seat. All right. Any happy dollars this morning? There you go.
I'm going to take a minute to remember two people. For example, meant a lot to me along the way. One is Vince Lombardi, and the other is Joe Montana. In particular, Joe Montana was from the next school district toward Pittsburgh from mine. So I got to watch him play sports in high school. His ability to come back from some seemingly impossible situations was something that I noticed. I'm sure I wasn't alone in noticing that, but I, over time, basically built a whole personality based on what he did, because some days it just felt like we were getting blitzed and sacked every play, and you could have 2 people in the hospital, 12, and it didn't matter. You still had to see them all, take care of them all. And so I found this example to be particularly useful about just staying cool and getting through it all. So the reason I bring them up primarily is both of them were born tomorrow.
Same day, huh? Same day of the year. Wow.
Different.
Yeah, different years, obviously. Yeah.
Vince Lombardi and the Packers, their ability to come from behind in the Ice Bowl was something that I remembered. And in January of 1985, I had the opportunity to understand better, because we were living in Toledo at the time. I believe it was a Sunday. And the high was something between -10 and -15. And the chill factor was about -50. And I went out and ran 5 miles in it to see how bad it is. And I would tell you it is really bad. I spent most of the time like this, trying to keep my cheeks from freezing.
Oh, geez. Cindy.
Okay, second Friday this week. I think everything is set. Denny, the Rotary tent will go up like about 3:30 at the St. Louis parking lot. The tables uptown can be put together starting 3:30, 4 o'clock, and just put them on the sidewalk until all the food trucks are in place. That's the only problem. And then I have 200 little flags we're gonna hand out in the Rotary tent down by St. Louis. And we have a lot of new vendors. My daughter Colleen will be down there, and so if any of you can help set up, would be just really great. And Rick is going to be the music man for that night. So, yeah, and St. Louis is gonna set up their beer wagon and their bra wagon. And I think, yeah, I think everything else is set. We have the big flag, it's gonna go up. And there's some fireworks at the end that are connected like with the band's music. And so, I don't know, any other questions? Just, everybody has my phone number, just call.
Yeah.
But I should be up there and, so I think everything is set.
Yep, we're
So
pretty good shape.
just, if any of you can help, it's just such a plus because the last one, you know, it was a great turnout and I hope we do this time. So thank you all.
Rob,
So last week, I started, I think it was Tuesday, and I did 18 regional, state semifinal, and state championship broadcasts games. And so through that all, in the track and field events down in Columbus, our kids at Louisville stood tall and played well throughout all those tournaments. Of course, our girls, everybody knows about our girls finishing as state runners-up in the state softball. Kyla Meyer won the state title in the 3,200 breaking, the meet record in Division II. We had a couple of young fishermen that were competing in the state fishing competition. They won that. And then we had a young man that competed at the national, it's kind of like a competition they have for like tech stuff, and he was there for diesel mechanic, and he is the national champion for diesel powered engines. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that our kids and even our baseball team made it to regionals. And so, you know, it's one of those things that it was nice to see our kids in our community excel at some of the highest levels. That's all I got.
Randy,
So last Saturday, it wasn't just kids competing for state championships. I was down in Columbus competing in the state senior Olympics in tennis. And I picked up a partner from Kentucky who I'd never met before in my life. And we played doubles, and it was kind of cool because we ended up winning the silver medal.
yay!
And then I played in the men's singles tennis, 6.5 hours to be exact. I was a wee bit tired on the drive home, but I won the gold medal. And my 8th state championship in tennis and racquetball. I get to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma next July and sweat my tail off, just like that, to play tennis. So, but I did win the gold.
Good. Yes,
Really quick, we have all our extensions went out west, so Maria is still here. But more importantly, we still need a family for the beginning of the year for our exchange student. So talk to all your friends, your family, countrymen, everybody, so that we can bring Rebecca here. She's musically inclined, she plays the piano. I think she's gonna be a wonderful fit. She's from Hungary, in case you did not know. So talk to everybody, we really need to lay something down for the beginning.
Excuse me, if you can put that on Facebook and ask us all to share, then I think we could go out to thousands of people.
Do you want me to drop something?
Yeah.
yes, Jim?
Jim, real quick, we got 1,474 flags, all-time record for our flag sales. I'd love to see 26 more. We did 1,500 for the first time. Anyway, two things happened to me this week that were weird. Just two. Kenny Willett called me out of the blue and said he wants to rejoin Rotary. Kenny Willett was a Rotarian 5 years ago. And great guy, great base fellow, lives on South Street. Anyway, he's coming back. And then yesterday, Mary and I were driving along, and Georgia Kiko called me.
Yes.
Anybody know her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's George's
Call her,
daughter.
because I texted her this morning again to follow up, and she couldn't make it today, but she will make it next week. Help me. You guys help me.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody that said yes, text her. All right? Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, Brock.
So this is just kind of an announcement. July 1st, we would typically not meet that day, but we are going to plan to have a meeting. Typically, if we met, it would be a business meeting. It's not going to be a business meeting. Bill Wood had asked us to get a speaker on name, image, and likeness in high school sports. And so Rob and I, it took some effort to get it arranged. But DJ, the owner of YSN, is going to come and talk to us that day. Okay, so there's a caveat though. So please, even though you would typically not come to a Rotary meeting today, please come. We think that will be a really interesting topic. Now the caveat, Rob just told me that DJ has had some health problems. He's been in and out of the hospital, so he may have to cancel. So I want you to come. Put a question mark though on your planner, and if he can't come, we just won't have a meeting that day. That makes sense?
Does anybody know this family? Anybody know this family? They're on the 10. You can find their picture at the post office. Wait a minute, I'm not done. Does anybody know this guy? And, wait a minute, I'm not done. How about these?
Where are they?
That's Umbrella Alley where they did who was it? Canton, Visit Camp was there. That's pretty cool. Rotary's plastered all over this. Thank you, Cindy. I don't get the, I don't get Jim brought that in. All right, do we have a song?
Do we have a song? Absolutely. May I recommend the new Paul McCartney album is released. It's just, it doesn't bring tears to your eyes. I don't know what will, but it's great. We're not gonna sing that today. But, and this is kind of a happy dog, in honor of our girls softball, and those of you that know my history with Louisville's girls softball, I just am so happy, so proud. These young players, you know, this Cinderella team, they weren't wearing glass slippers. These Cinderella girls were wearing spikes. And in honor of that, we're gonna get up and sing "Take Me Out to the Ballpark."
All right.
On 4, 2, 3, 4. Take me out to the ballpark. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, but it's root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. But it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
All right. Good one. We need to get that same enthusiasm for the Guardians. They've been having a tough time lately. Okay, I guess we have our Rotary Exchange student, Maria, is here today. Thank you for coming. And you have a guest.
This is my mom, Kathy.
Yeah. I think everybody knows Kathy. Thank you for coming. Love to have you every week. Me too. I have applications available. Okay, let's see. So, a special request. The 24th is our annual banquet. If you haven't signed up to go, you need to get on the sign-up sheet quickly, because I got to turn in a number, and Shandor's leaving on the 20th on vacation. So he has to write a check before then. So I need to know who's coming. And so if you haven't signed up yet, make sure you get with me. or email me and let me know you're coming and whether you want steak, fish, or chicken, and if you have a guest or more.
And we will be singing Grand Old Flag the night of the banquet, so if you want to practice at home.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Jerry. Jerry will be there at the door, but I do need to have someone help him. Check off. You'll have a list of everybody that signed up at the banquet. You can check them off as they come in, and whether they paid or not, they have to pay before they come in the door. You can do that. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. And Cynthia already mentioned 3:30 and 9 o'clock. Be at the downtown or at the entrance to the market to help get things organized. This is going to be a big event. The city is celebrating our 250th in June because it'll be after June or July 4th by the time we have the July one. So they're going to do some special things. I don't know what they are, but they got a whole bunch of stuff planned apparently. So expect the unexpected. And it's the first night for our market days down at the St. Louis parking lot. And according to Cynthia, there may be an overflow of vendors. So we're going to need a lot of help down there, I'm pretty sure. And we'll have some pretty good music by Rick over here. He's going to be playing patriotic music on behalf of the 250th anniversary. And I was checking out his playlist, and he's got some good songs on there, like American Pie.
2-hour song.
Anyway, all right. So again, it's very important. We have about 50 or 50, right around 50 signed up to come to the banquet. I'd like to hit 60. I think we can do it. So if you haven't signed up, please do. It is $45 per person, and that's to help offset the cost of anybody that's coming, the flag drivers that are volunteers, help because they come at their no cost to them. So that's to help cover them. Also, does anyone have digital photos of an event that happened this past year where it was a Rotary event or Rotarians were there to do something? And you got a picture of it, and if it's a worthy picture, send it on to me, to my email or my text on the phone, and I want to try to put it on a slide presentation so that it goes throughout the evening and show pictures of some of the stuff we did, like the parade that I got some pictures of that. And I'm sure I wasn't there for the Memorial Day thing, but I'm sure there's pictures somewhere. We can get some of those, send them to me, and I'll put them on a slide program and use those throughout the evening. Just think it'll be kind of nice to have.
I have quite a few,
Okay,
because I published the website. What do you want pictures of?
pictures of things that Rotarians were doing, or like putting the flags up, or the parade. Okay, yeah, just send them to me, and I'll put them on a slide program. Pancake Day, whatever. Yeah. So send them to me, and I'll get them on the slides. All right. I have a letter from the Louisville Community Foundation thanking us for our donation to Umbrella Alley and to the Kenny Smith Louisville Rotary Scholarship Fund. And I also have our guest speakers here, fellow Rotarian Ron Derry, who's here to thank us about something else. Ron, it's all yours.
I have to bring this because I have a lot of notes. So, My job here today is to thank Rotary for the support that they have given us over the years at the Louisville Nimishillen Historical Society. We have, I think, virtually every year, something that we're doing that Rotary has given us a grant. And last year, the grant went to, and I gotta get my notes out now because I'll never remember. I only had 3 hours sleep last night, so if I fall asleep, throw a peach at me. But we had another project. We have 3 projects now in Louisville. Number 1 is the museum. That was our major project in the beginning. And by the way, I want to also mention Kathy McAllister, not as my mother, but as our latest board member. So I just want to mention that. So for the project that we have in the museum, and second, we started with the Art and History Gallery, which is in the downtown as well. And then the money that you contributed last year went to our third project. It's a major project, and we call it the History Trail, the LNHS History Trail. So that is a large project. I'll talk about that in a minute or so. But that's going to be a major fundraising project as we get onto things. But what the $1,000 did was partially pay for a third of what we needed to put together this history trail beginning, the phase 1, where we put out a plaque in front of the museum with some history on it and QR codes on it, and 8 QR codes on buildings in downtown Louisville where people can use their phone and get videos of history and stories about the buildings, the people, and we have 8 started. We want to do at least 10 more in the historic district. That'll become part of phase 2. But unfortunately, that is going to cost us, if we use phase 1 as the example, we're thinking about 10 places, more in the downtown historic district, more in other parts of Louisville, Fairhope, Harrisburg, Nimishillen Township. We're thinking of 10 projects altogether, which the first one cost us $3,000. So we're talking about this thing costing us around $30,000 over a period of time. Obviously, we can't do this next year. Obviously, we can't do this in 5 years because we, as the LNHS, is a not-for-profit organization who has no revenue other than donations and grants. So that's how we manage to get along, but I'm not trying to pretend we don't have the ability to do things. It just takes us time. We have a lot of people coming in as a result of the Stark County Passport program, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. That was a significant number of people are coming in and utilizing these QR codes on the buildings. In the last 90 days, we have had the QR code views up 150 to 300%, depending on the building. So we're getting a lot more people utilizing those codes, and it looks like this has been a good project for us to begin. One of the other things we did, and this was we did with the library, I wrote a note that says LNHS is proud to have worked with, and very much so, proud to have worked with the Louisville Public Library in digitizing the Louisville Heralds. This has been an invaluable piece to our community's history for future generations. The collection is available by at our website, at the library website, and gives people access to history that they didn't have available before. So I probably need Betty here. She was good at this stuff. I'm not. So you just have to put up with me. The second project we have, the Art and History Gallery, we have, one of the things we have done is combine ourselves with other people. And in this particular case, we've joined together with the Canton Artists League. So we have someone that helps us bring in artists and have these various shows to sort of bring in culture to the city of Louisville. That's kind of the way we see it, as bringing in culture. The latest thing we're doing is the third of the juried art shows that we have had grants to do from Arts and Stark. But the third one, in general, we have 28 to 30 artists bring their work in for each one of these shows. And they do this because they get recognition for bringing their art to these shows, and they win prizes. They win dollar prizes. There's the first, second, third, and 2 honorable mention prizes. So, but the grant funding allows us to have artist receptions that connect the artists and the community together. We have educational workshops and learning opportunities for aspiring artists of all ages, and there is increased accessibility and participation in the arts. The other note I have is these initiatives help strengthen Louisville's cultural landscape while bringing visitors to our downtown district. Now I need to put these papers in order because I'm never going to be able to follow them. There's an increase in public interest and public support. We have noticed a noticeable increase in public interest, attendance, volunteer participation, and community engagement. More residents are seeking opportunities to learn about local history, participate in programs, and support preservation efforts. This growing support demonstrates the value residents are place on preserving and celebrating Louisville's heritage and culture. And I want to call out to one person, Denny Valentine. Denny is a frequent visitor to both the buildings in downtown. And when he comes in, if there are volunteers there, he sits and talks to them. He talks to any visitors that may be there. And Denny, we appreciate your support.
Free candy.
Yeah, free candy. And the other thing, we try to take advantage of any activity. By taking advantage, I mean become part of any particular activities that go on in the community. I'll mention Second Fridays. We remain committed to supporting Second Friday events whenever possible. We continue to participate and contribute to the success of any of these community gatherings. Now with Second Friday, one of our goals was to bring in artists to show their work and let people see what they do and how they do it. But unfortunately, we need to do that in Umbrella Alley. And that's still a project that we're working on. So I'm thinking within this current year, sometime we will have some people in Umbrella Alley displaying their art and showing people what to do, how to do it. So I'm really planning that. One of the things that we got involved in, and this was my daughter more than me, but there are some businesses in downtown Louisville that wanted to have a market, a street market. So they got together, had a meeting, brought us to the meeting. We chose to not do it, but host it. So we are helping them out by hosting what is called the Fourth Saturday Street Market. And we don't make any money from that. It's not something that gives us anything other than the opportunity to be involved in something going on in the city. We continue to sponsor, coordinate children's activities, ensuring there are engaging opportunities for families to participate. I don't want to go through all of this, I don't think, because I put a lot of notes. That's something Betty taught me. But she was good at it, I'm not. One of the things that we became involved in was the Stark County Local History Group. And I don't know if any of you know anything about that, but it's 28 groups of fellow historical societies, museums, libraries, preservation organizations throughout the county. And through these participations, we share resources, best practices, programming opportunities that help preserve and promote Stark County's rich heritage. I mentioned the passport earlier. This is what is known as the passport. This was an idea of Visit Canton. They had this concept in mind because they're a member also of this Stark County Local History Group. They had this concept that they needed to put together something that would get people to travel from wherever they are, visitors coming into the area, get a passport, and it is past, as in the past. So there are 28 spots in this book where you can get a stamp by visiting each one of these organizations. And when you get 10 stamps, you can go back to Visit Canton and get a hat. Get a hat. Now, whoops. That's the hat. Now, this isn't about a hat. This really isn't about a hat. But that's what they're doing as a prize. And again, it was Visit Canton's idea. But really, the whole idea is about what we are doing in the county for the history and culture of Stark County. So that's really what the passport is all about. And if anybody wants one, I want a hat. I don't, but many of you do. I don't wear hats, but I do have one because I'm supposed to give these passports out. So bypassing some of this other information, I just want a little closing message. The Louisville Nimishillen Historical Society remains committed to preserving our community's history, supporting arts and culture, promoting downtown vitality, providing meaningful educational opportunities for residents and visitors alike. The strong community partnerships, dedicated volunteers, and growing public support, LNHS continues to expand its impact and serve as a valuable community resource. As a committed partner with Stark County Local History Group, LNH recognizes that preserving history is most successful when organizations work together to tell the broader story of our region and the people. So I thank you so much for the help that you've been to us, and I apologize for not having been at the meetings as often as I should be. I keep myself too busy. I get to the point where I know I have to give some things up because I need to get back here. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them, but I might not be able to everything. So thank you.
questions for Ron? Okay.
I gotta say, Louisville. Wow. Ron, I've been to a lot of towns, a lot of historical societies, and I have to say that yours is the best I've ever seen. And it's because you and Betty put this all together along with the fellow that lives up on Nickel Plate. What's his name?
Mark Brenner.
Yeah. Right. You deserve the compliments for what you put together.
Anybody been to the First Friday in Canton recently?
No.
I guess not.
Nope.
I've been there in years. I went last Friday night. And I'm walking around and the place is a lot bigger than it used to be. And I'll go to different places and there's nice artwork on the walls in different places, different kinds of art. And it was impressive. But here in Louisville, we have an art gallery that, I don't know, it's endless. Can't count how much artwork's on the wall. It's all really nice and outstanding. So we have an art gallery that got nothing wrong that I know of that compares. There's nothing at First Friday in Canton, I guarantee you that. So something else to talk about.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Any other comments or questions? Okay. We have, next week, we have Ethan Reebok from Legacy of Honor. And then we have our annual banquet. But first up, we have Second Friday. So we will see you all then. Oh, shoot, I forgot volleyball. Volleyball. I was excited about it.